Well, we have reached the very last session. I know that it's been a long day, a tiring day. I do appreciate so much all of the talks, all of the participants, all of the attendees, all of you for staying around until the end of the day. And more than anything else, I appreciate the voices of people with lived experiences and the different ways that the voices have been expressed through art, through poetry, for movies, and very eloquently and passionately in this last session. I can say that we are working, we believe you, and we are working diligently to amplify your message, to magnify your message, and share with as many people as we can. We have plans for the art gallery. We're thinking about starting in Edmonton, moving it around to various libraries, maybe City Hall, maybe the legislature, we don't know. We'll see who will open the doors for us, but we will take this further and amplify the message. So thank you all. We wanted to highlight and give out some certificates, some awards for the conference. These were the posters that were talked about yesterday, the highlighted poster awards discussed in the workshop in the morning. You can see all of them. Each team will be receiving one certificate. I know that many of them have already had to leave, and so we will likely be mailing a hard copy. We will send an electronic copy as well. So congratulations to all of these highlighted poster excellence awards. The criteria for this one was through that panel, reviewing all of the abstracts, picking out from the perspective of researcher, clinicians, and a person with lived experience, the ones that they thought were most impactful, and the posters, the research projects that they wanted to highlight as being excellent and really powerful in their own way. Next, Trainee Poster Excellence Awards. 6 here that have not been announced yet. Zui Cheng, University of Alberta. I'm gonna probably not be able to announce all of these names. Estefania Espin, if you're here, please stand up. We do have certificates for you as well. Do we have them, Karen? Yeah, come on up. Estefania Espin, Kelly Hall, Faith Olarindi, Melanie Chu, and Montserrat. Montse, are you here? Come on up. These were trainee projects. Please come up. Should we take a picture with everyone while everyone is here in the room? Yeah, come on up, please. Where's our photographer? Is Nick around? All right. We'll go stand there. So congratulations to the trainees. These were identified from a panel of peer reviewers as excellent posters presented at this conference. Next, we have the top 3 poster awards. Again, these are trainees, and these top 3 awards do come with a cash prize. Number 3 is Don Zhang, University of British Columbia. Characterizing subgroups of long COVID, insights from a population level latent class analysis in British Columbia, Canada. We'll do photos. Okay, we'll do. Okay, is this working? Let's try this. So these ones come with cash prizes, but the money's not in the certificate. Angela Chung's really good for it. We're going to send it out, right? I believe that one was 200. Yeah, it's not listed on there. Second place, Zhongyue Wang from University of Toronto. Post-COVID condition and neurological outcomes, a cross-sectional study. Congratulations. Thank you. And the top trainee poster award, Hamida Gazadeze? I don't know, I'll get you to pronounce your name when you come up. Genetic susceptibility for long COVID, a systematic review. Zizide. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and that award comes with a $500 prize. I believe that's it for the awards.
So I get to do the final few moments of the meeting, and before I go on to my closing remarks on behalf of the organizing committee itself, I know we started off the conference with this slide, but you know, I won't go through everybody again. You heard me going through it once, but Doug and I just want to thank everybody on the slide. Thank Maxi, Susan, Yelda, Karen, Nick, and many, many others that I just can't list them all, but we really couldn't have done this without their help and support over the last few days, especially, but even long before then. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and literal blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into making this conference possible. So please join me in a round of applause for these guys. All right, and then of course financially have to thank the sponsors, just to highlight them again, but like I said, I won't go belabor the point. And so the last thing is to remind everybody that we will be sending out a survey. Not only is this part of the accreditation requirements that we have very specific questions just to make sure that the learning objectives were met, but it's really important for us to know what we could improve on, and what were, you know, areas that could be changed for the future. And on the note of future, if I can invite Angela Chung back up on the stage, just so that we can hear a little bit about what future holds.
So before I do that, I do actually want to recognize the team that has worked really hard day and night and sort of dealing with last minute issues like the poster boards didn't come assembled. They all are like in pieces and sticks and stuff. So anyway, so Nick, you want to stand up so that you know who has been taking pictures. And Yauda, where are you? Yauda, okay, stand up, yeah. So Yauda has been chasing you all for slides and, you know, conflicts of interest and all those things. It has to do with the accreditation issue as well. And Susan and Maxi, can you stand up? Yeah. Maxi is up at the back. They have been really working on managing sort of the online stuff as well. And Vishkara, who's new, joined our team, is outside at the sitting through so that she can be sort of a point person. And last but not least is Karen, like, you know, the whole network. Dr. Karen Zhao, who actually is the director for the network, and without her, we wouldn't be functioning. So thank you for all of that. And you know, Doug and Grace have done a ton of work, starting last year. You know, things shift over time as well, like, you know, people have illnesses, bereavement, and so there are many changes. And so really thank them for taking this on and for this wonderful, amazing conference. And we do hear everyone's feedback, so we will have debriefing and stuff like that. And anyway, let's do a round of applause for them. I do have a little. Thank you. Thank you. There's no money in it. So really everyone around here is volunteering. We are adding this onto the regular jobs of whatever that we have been doing. So I want to thank you. And on the note of next year, we do hope to host another sort of conference. We are in discussion with various groups in terms of where, in terms of location, and format as well. So we hear loud and clear that some people find it difficult to cram everything and learn everything. We have recorded sessions. And so do feel free to review the recorded sessions. And we are hoping, aiming for October, November time. So once we figure out, so we've been discussing this for the last half year. So, and this is a fairly big endeavor to run the conference. And so we want to, you know, let you know what's going on. And we will announce it on the website and at our town halls and our newsletters and emails as well. So join the Long COVID Web if you want information on that, and you will see sort of announcements on that. And with that, I want to thank everyone for coming out in person. And I want to thank those who are online as well. Appreciate sort of your staying until the end. We really appreciate everyone's participation. It's been a very interactive meeting. And there's some amazing science going on as well. So really, it's been exciting to see progress in this area. So thank you very much. See you next year.
And one last thing, I want to really thank all the patients, partners, and you know, those of you who shared your stories that came in person, and all those that are joining us online. We know that your involvement and your participation comes at a personal price, that quite literally some of you will be, you know, in a crash for the next few days or weeks. And despite all of that, you still chose to participate, to come here, to join us online. Please note that we do recognize that that is also a form of sacrifice, and that we are so indebted and in so much gratitude that you spent that time and made that sacrifice to be here and spread your message and your experience. So I get to have just a couple of minutes to wrap up the conference. And you know, I didn't really introduce myself too much off the top of the program, but I'm an adult respirologist, and before I got involved in long COVID, I was trained in cystic fibrosis. And a lot of the experience for cystic fibrosis reminds me a lot of the experience of the long COVID population. Cystic fibrosis is a condition that is caused by a mutation in the CFTR gene. And this was identified in Toronto at St. Mary's Hospital in 1989. This was such a huge development, made the front page of the cover of Science magazine. That was 35 years ago. And through a very passionate patient organization that worked tirelessly with researchers and clinicians, They placed their faith in the researchers and the clinicians, that they had their best interests in heart. They joined forces through the CF Foundation in the United States. They came together and came up with objectives of what they wanted to see in terms of treatment and cure for their condition. And of course, you know, the scientific and medical community also listened to the patient partners. They went on over the next 10 years to develop a registry, which provided data to reflect back to the policymakers, able to provide hard data for advocacy. They then went on and said, hey, in order to treat this disease, let's look for a drug that corrects the problem. And so, in collaboration with the research and medical community, they identified a lab in California and said, we're going to pay you from the fundraising and our foundation money, again, just because of grassroots fundraising. They supported this lab and said, we want you to focus on the next 10 years on finding us a cure. And a cure they did. You fast forward now to 2024. Now the life expectancy of a CF individual is now double what it was in 1989. So I see a lot of commonalities between the two diseases. Cystic fibrosis is not one that something that just clinicians are able to treat. As medical doctors, we have one part of the puzzle. It is a multidisciplinary approach, just as like long COVID. We don't all have the answers, but together we can make lives a little bit better until such time we can find the cure. And so I'm not saying that I think it's going to take us 35 years to find the treatment for long COVID. I believe in the 21st century, with all of us coming together, working together collaboratively, and knowing that all of us in this room, online, in person, we're all on the same team. And we're all working together to try to make your lives, the lives of a long COVID individual, be they a child or an adult, just a little bit better. And we're working at hyper speed to try to find the solution. And I think the science that we heard over the last 2 days gives me a lot of hope that we're on a fast track to making that happen. So with that, I want to thank everybody for your time and attention, being with us in person and online, and look forward to future interaction with you all. And on behalf of the entire organization committee, we want to thank you for being here and hope you have a good night.